talks from the crypt.
Any news on a Hatchet 5 potentially?
Nope. No, it's always a possibility. I can't get into all of the minutia because it would take up 6 more hours of this. But the long story short is once we can make the movie with different entities at the behind the scenes at the top of the level, then I'll be interested in doing 5. But things need to change. And that, I mean, that's probably enough. People can make of that what they want, but the creative team is still very much a happy family and would love to do it. But we need to be under new management. Maybe that's the best way to put it, the diplomatic way to put it. And I think the old management knows at this point, I'm not kidding when I keep saying I'm not going to do it. So we'll see what happens. Like there's stuff all the time where people will call and be like, especially when Terrifier became a thing and they're like, what, dude, where the fuck's Hatchet 5? We need Hatchet 5 right now. Like, why aren't you doing it? I'm like, I don't feel like it. I'm going to do this other thing. Like, no, slashers, the clown, and you need the, I'm like, no, I'm good.
Well, all the bullshit you went through with censorship and the MPAA and getting pulled out of theaters, I feel like that's non-existent now. Like it is your world. Yeah,
they'll bring it back for me. But yeah, that was one of the things I was so like excited about with Terrifier 2. Like we tried that 12 years earlier. We were way too ahead to try it. And the MPAA yanked us from all screens. And then like Hatchet 1 still to this day, most places that stream any of the Hatchet movies, they're censored and they don't tell you that. Yet like the Terrifier movies are uncensored on Peacock but like Victor Crowley, like fucking censored. Hatchet 1 censored. Like I don't get it. Mm-hmm. Like, especially because the Hatchet movies aren't mean-spirited. Like they're funny. It's a good time. But anyway, to see somebody do what we tried to do and win, and it just makes me so happy, and I'm so proud of them, you know, because nowadays people be like, oh yeah, man, I love Terrifier 1. No, you didn't. No, nobody did. Stop it. You probably didn't even know that there was a Terrifier 1 until Terrifier 2. And that's fine. But like this whole, like, I was listening to a guy on the radio, trying to explain, like, you know, he's a better Metallica fan because he's been a fan since Kill 'Em All or whatever. And it's just like, all right, man, yeah, you win. You win. You're the biggest fan. Yeah. All these other millions of people, they're shit. You're the fan. Like, why do people have to do that? Yeah. And you know that guy probably didn't get into him until the fucking Black Album. Anyway, but yeah, we had tried to do the unrated release and we got yanked from all screens. And like, for some reason, the MPAA was so hard on the Hatchet films. And they're very, they're similar in many ways with the over the top practical gore and stuff. But when there was a convention, I was Kentucky Scarefest. Is that Scarefest? Yeah, Kentucky. Yeah. And someone's like, did you see Terrifier 3? And I'm like, yeah, man, it's fucking great, right? And he's like, yeah. Did you see Art the Clown put a chainsaw through somebody's crotch? And I'm just like, hey, remember when Victor Crowley put it through 2 crotches at the same time and the balls came dripping down? Yeah. No. And it's because the version he saw doesn't have it in it. Right. And it's like, that's why you think Art did that first. But anyway, it's awesome to see it finally happen. As a genre fan and champion, somebody was going to finally break through. I think in Terrifier's case, though, Terrifier 2 came out at the tail end of the pandemic. People really wanted to go back to the movies again. To the best of my knowledge, I don't think there was another horror movie that was even an option to go see. And they were smart. It was playing like twice a night, unrated, like these 2 shows, that's going to be it. And like selling it out. But the other thing that I don't think they get enough credit for is Damien and David, especially, were at every fucking convention. and David was in that makeup, which Damien was like dressing him up in. And this was before like Terrifier had become like a thing, but they worked so hard to get that image out there, to talk to people, to meet them, explain what they're about, what they're doing. And I would watch them all the time at the cons. And now they have the biggest lines.
Right.
How cool is that?
Well, Terrifier 1, I feel like I think it was called All Hallows Eve or something. And
Well,
it was
that
on Netflix.
Yeah, All Hallows Eve was like kind of like an anthology that Art the Clown was first in. But then there was Terrifier, which I only knew about because my friend Steve Barton was the one who like, I think convinced Epic to put it out, because I don't think Epic liked it or something. I don't want to misspeak there, but there was something there. But Steve was like, here, you should watch this. I think it's really cool. And when I saw the kill of the girl hanging upside down with the saw thing, I was just like, man, I could be friends with these guys. Like, these guys are awesome.
Well, the shit that your movies were getting pulled for are now used as like marketing material for the Terrifier movies.
Sure, but it's not a contest. And I always try to say that when they probably get the same thing. Like fans are like, and I'm sure Kane and Robert got this back in the day. Like, you know, Jason's better than Freddy. Or like, can't we just love all of them?
Right.
Like no one needs to be better than this one or that one. And like, I don't know. I just love what's happening with it. And it would be cool to bring Victor Crowley back at some point in the not that far future, if we can get out of, if we can move to a different pasture. If I get into it here, like it's gonna just be a whole fucking thing. But it's not that I don't want to do it, or that Kane doesn't want to do it, or Danielle or Perry or any of the other people who already think they're going to be in another one, if it ever happens. But in the meantime, we're all keeping busy doing other things. It's also, you know, I think part of the joy of the Hatchet movies is we never turned into a factory where we finish one and then we start the next one. And then we've always gone off and done other stuff, and then we'll come back to it. And I think, in my opinion, as someone who is a fan of the franchise, that's what's kept it strong. Like, we're not just making the same movie over and over again. We're also not rushing them out, or we're not doing it to do it. When we come back to it, it's because we're like, holy fuck, we're like, we got to do a Hatchet movie. And everyone is super excited and they just want to do it. Maybe other movies, you know, remember when it was like, if it's Halloween, it's Saw. Maybe it was like that for them too. I don't know. I didn't work on that. But for us, I think getting to do Hatchet 1 and then go do a movie like Spiral and then produce Grace and do Frozen and then do Hatchet 2 was a lot of fun.
It showed you weren't a one-trick pony. You know, you could do other things.
Yeah, I think at the time, I didn't want to do Hatchet 2 right away because I didn't want to become the Hatchet guy. But if you've made anything that struck a chord and found an audience, you're that guy to that audience. And I'm fine with that. When people think, oh, he's the Hatchet guy, awesome. To other people, I'm the Holliston guy. Which is fun too, because sometimes if like, it doesn't happen that often because I'm mainly a director, but when you get recognized like just on the street, like it's one thing if you're at a horror convention or like a metal show or something like that, like the chances of getting recognized are a little bigger. But when somebody first comes up, I have no idea which one. Like, what are they going to say? Are they a Hatchet fan? Usually it's, maybe not usually, but a lot of times it's a Ding Up the Marrow or Holliston, because most people don't know what directors look like. They just know me because I was on camera in those ones.